Hello and welcome to Precon Decon, the video series where I deconstruct the pre-constructed decks of Magic the Gathering's history. In this video we're continuing our look at Alara Reborn and we're going to move on to the black and red deck Dead Ahead. So yeah, let's dive in, start looking at that. So, the theme of this one is kind of like +1/+1 counters and creatures dying. That's it. Just kill everything and your stuff gets better because of it. So it's pretty straightforward theme. And two really good rares actually for this. So the first rare and the foil face rare is Deathbringer Thoktar. So 4 black and a red for 3/3. Whenever another creature dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you can remove a +1/+1 counter for it to do 1 damage to target creature or player. So the absolute casual gold combo for this was giving this death touch in any way, because then it would just, as long as you got a counter on it, and it had death touch, it would then just like a machine gun through the whole board, because it's got death touch, so it does 1 damage something and it kills something and something's died, so it gets a counter, and then you take the counter off and do 1 damage something and it's got death touch, so it kills it and it gets another counter. Yeah, so it would just come down, blah, kill everything. Super good, like casual rare Deathbringer Thoktar. Really like it. So yeah, super good rare to start off with. Really good rares actually in all these Alara Reborn decks. I think really, yeah, Alara Reborn is such a good set. I think compared to the two before it. Really, I said before, it really ends Alara block on like a really good high, I think. A single Lightning Reaver, so this is the other rare of the deck. So 3, a black and a red, for a 3/3, has Fear and Haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you put a charge counter on it, and at the end of the turn, Lightning Reaver does damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to each opponent. So this is, again, like really fun that it's actually... its rules text is leaning towards like multiplayer play, which is like something going to start seeing like more and more often. That like a lot of like target opponent is starting to become like each opponent, which is really nice actually. So this is pretty good, I think. So 5 mana, 3/3, comes down. It's evasive. It can swing straight away, and it gets a counter on it. And then end of turn, it's going to do another 1 to everyone, and it's going to keep doing 1 to everyone. And like if it keeps hitting people, and it might, because it's got fear. So anyone who's not playing black or like artifact creatures is getting hit by this, which means it's going to get more counters, which means it's going to do more damage. So yeah, Lightning Reaver I think is super good. Like another like really good rare I think to have in the deck. So yeah, I say 2 again, like the Unnatural Schemes deck we looked at last time. Like 2 really good rares in this deck. Single Blood Cultist, so 1 colours, black and a red, for a 1/1, taps do 1 damage to a creature. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Blood Cultist this turn is put into a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So yeah, I think this is fine, kind of like the old Sengir vampire ability of like where if it kills something it gets a bit stronger, and it's okay. Yeah, it's alright. So 2 Igneous Pouncers, so 4 black and a red for a 5/1 with haste, so super expensive. It's the super expensive land cycling creature that every one of these Alara Reborn decks have. Yeah, this is best. You just land cycle it, I think. I think even casting this late game is just not worth it. Like 6 mana is so much for like just a 5/1, and with haste, I just think it's too much. Yeah. Just land cycle it. Just thin the deck and get your land out. A single Monstrous Carabid, so 3 a black and a red for a 4/4, attacks every turn if able, and has cycling. So that is a drawback. This is kind of one of the weaker ones of these kind of 2-color commons with cycling. I think this is one you'd be best kind of just cycling. It's a decent size, I suppose, but like it's 5 mana for a 4/4. That's not actually that amazing, honestly, even at the time. And in 2 colors, especially if there's like a 5/5, I think then you could make a case for it. But it being 4/4 with a drawback is honestly not great. So I personally would just cycle this. Yeah, rather and hopefully draw something better. 2 Santinoras, so colours black and a red for a 1/1. When it comes into play, target player discards a card at random. Yep, random discard is always super mean and disruptive. So yeah, this is kind of like this is like Ravenous Rats is like more vicious twin, I suppose. Yeah, so the extra red gives you the random discard. So yeah, I think Santinoras is okay. Yeah, at 3, it's all right. 1/1 with a random discard effect. Yeah, it's fine. Single Singe Mind Ogre. So I really like Singe Mind Ogre. So 2, a black and a red. Ogre Mutant, 3/2. When it comes to play, a player reveals a card at random from their hand, then they lose life equal to that card's mana value. So again, like potentially like, we can hit someone like really hard. Obviously, they could just get a land, but yeah, I think this effect on on a 3/2 for 4 mana is okay. Honestly, I think it's all right. And yeah, it's at common level as well. I think this is okay. I would have liked to see maybe one more of this in the deck. I think maybe 2 Dregscape zombies. So yeah, Dregscape zombie has now been in every Alara part of Alara's like precons, I suppose. This goes really well with like the Deathbringer Thoktar actually, because it can die twice, and then like give 2 counters out, or you could use your Blood Cultist to shoot it, I suppose, and then it dies, and your Blood Cultist gets stronger. Yeah, so really good for getting like death triggers twice. Um, oh yeah, because it would. Oh no, I don't know actually. The unearth, like if it gets, does the exiling from unearth replace a death trigger? Interesting. I don't know. Someone in the comments will probably correct me. But yeah, Dregscape Zombie is just pretty good. Just 2 mana, 2/1, and then you can use it twice. Yeah, it's fine. Same with Viscera Dragus. I'm really happy it finally got into a precon, because I think this is like one of the better unearth creatures, especially at common. So 4 mana for 3/3, and it has unearth, but you can cycle it. And what you can do is cycle it and then unearth it. So you can spend 4 mana to get the 3/3 haste and draw a card. So yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, again, would have liked to have seen this in a few decks prior, like the previous Grixis decks, but it's fine that it's here now. I was saying, like the Dregscape, you get 2 death triggers of it. Maybe you get 2 death triggers of it. A single Bog Wraith from 10th edition, just 4 mana, 3/3 Swamp Walk. Yeah, just boring. I mean, it's fine. Obviously, if you're playing against another black deck, it's it's unblockable 3 damage every turn, I suppose. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just here. It's okay. The art of it is super nice though. Way better than a card like Bog Wraith actually deserves. Single Dreg Reaver. No idea why this isn't here. Like, there's so many better options. This is a card that you would cut straight away. It's just 5 mana for a 4/3. Does nothing else. Just super boring. But it's not aggressively bad like Viashino Skeleton is. So Viashino Skeleton, firstly, part of the Illustrious Club, where its card name is the same as its creature type. Shared only, where's that? Skeleton Archer, probably like some of the other weird ones like Brushwag or something. But yeah, it's a very small exclusive club. Lizard Warrior as well as another one I can think of. Anyway, so 3 in a red for a 2/1, which is a horrible stat line. But it has an ability. You can pay 1 card on a black and discard a card to regenerate it. So it's got super expensive regeneration if you wanted to regenerate your 2/1. I mean, you've paid 4 mana for it. You might you might become attached to it. You might have a false sense of value associated with it. Yeah, this is just a super bad card, I think. Just really bad, and it's such a shame that it managed to go through all the way Alara without being in a pre-constructed deck, and then it's here right at the end. Like, haha, remember me? I'm terrible. Just such a bad card. I mean, you could make, I suppose, a really like desperate argument. They're like, oh well, you can discard a card for the regeneration, which means you can get your unearthed creatures like into the graveyard, so then you can unearth them for cheap, I suppose. But that's such a niche case. Like, by the time you've paid for Viashino Skeleton, you can just cast whatever you've got anyway, get a use out of it, and then still unearth it. So yeah, no, bad card. Single Blister Beetle, 1 card and a black for a 1/1. When it comes into play, target creature gets -1/-1 turn 10. Yep, perfectly fine. I think 2 mana for a 1/1 that kills X1s. Yep, I think that's just perfectly fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. A single Bituminous Blast, so 3, a black and a red for a instant with Cascade. It having Cascade and being instant is really good, actually, because it means you can then potentially Cascade. You can do this to your opponent, your opponent's turn, cascade in something and cast something that you wouldn't normally be able to cast at that point in the game. Like you could drop a creature at instant speed that you couldn't normally. So actually, yeah, super good that it's an instant with Cascade. Does 4 damage to a creature. So even without Cascade, like doing 4 damage to a creature is like fairly chunky, kills most things. And then getting the free card is really good as well. So yeah, good, really good cards I think to have in here. Single Breath of Malfagor, 3, a black and a red. Does 5 damage to each opponent. Yep, just again. Like I was saying with the Lightning Reaver, actually, that it's nice that it's instead of target opponent, it is each opponent. So like again, this kind of, I guess, acknowledgement of like, oh hey, maybe people play more than 1v1 games. So yeah, Breath of Malfagor. I think it's maybe a little expensive because all it is doing is just 5 damage to each opponent. But like 5 damage is fairly chunky, and it is hitting everyone, and it's instant speed actually as well. So yeah, actually okay, especially at common, I think that's pretty good. Single Blightning. Blighting's great. One a black and a red. Does 3 damage to target player, and they discard 2 cards. Yep, super good. Turn 3 play to do this to bolt someone and make them discard 2. Like it's really good. It's better than Mind Rot just for just replacing 1 colorless with a red makes it like so much better. And also you can get this off by Bituminous Blast. That's really good as well. Yeah, Blightning's super good. Terminate, also super good. Really good reprint here in Alara Reborn. So 1 black, 1 red, just destroys a creature, can't be regenerated, instant speed. Like, no quibbles, like no color locking, no restrict to certain mana values, or certain card types, like, it can't hit artifact creatures, or it can't hit black creatures. Like, no, whatever it is, it's just dead. It's just dead, can't be regenerated, you're just gone. So yeah, super good reprint, especially at common level. And having the deck having 2 of them is really good. So yeah, really like seeing Terminate. Single Cruel Edict, 1 card on the black. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Yeah, I suppose it's okay. I'm not super like fond of Edict effects, I guess. Because I figure right at 1 and a black and at sorcery speed, like I don't know. I know the whole point of like Edict effects is it gets around like hexproof or indestructible or stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just would have preferred a 3rd Terminate, honestly, or another Blightning, or I don't know. And then weirdly, just a Leonin Scimitar, single Leonin Scimitar, just 1 colorless, equipped creature +1/+1, and equipped for 1. Yep, just randomly in the deck. Just this really feels like filling space. Like, oh, we need another uncommon. Leonin Scimitar, sure, why not? Sure. And then 2 Terramorphic Expanse, and then 8 Mountains, 8 Swamps. So, what could have been? So again, overall, like the Unnatural Schemes deck, I do think like the card selection here is really good. Again, I don't think anything is that. I was going to say anything's not that bad. Viashino Skeleton is pretty bad. The Igneous Pouncer is pretty bad. But on the whole, I think the majority of the deck is actually pretty good. We could have had a Vein-Fire Border Post. I'm going to say this in pretty much all the Alara Reborn decks. This could have been instead of Terramorphic Expanse. Just it's a different card that just shows off the but it's fine. Cathari Bomber, I think, would have been perfect in this. So 1 black, 1 red, 1 colors, 1 black, 1 red for a 2/2 with flying. So like decently costed. When it deals combat damage for a player, you create 2 1/1 Goblin tokens, and then you sacrifice Cathari Bomber, and it's got an Earth, so you can do it again. So this goes really well with your stuff that cares about death triggers, mostly Deathbringer Thoktar. You don't have like the other. Because they're mostly associated with Jund, like the Rockslide Elemental, the Scavenger Drake, even though they could have been really good in this deck. But the fact so this gets through, does some damage, it dies, and then you make 2 little goblins who then stick around, and then you can unearth it and do it again and get 2 more goblins and then swing with the bomber. Yeah, at common, it's actually doing quite a lot, I think. So I think this could have been pretty good in here. Demon Spine Whip, I think this would have been good in here as well. Just better than Leonin Scimitar. No idea why that's in here. 1 black, 1 red. X, equipped creature gets +X/+0 to turn. Yep, just a really good mana sink. Slightly a gratuitous art, I've just noticed. Like, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, really, this I think should have been here instead of Leonin Scimitar. Slave of Bolas, I thought could be in here as well. So the fact it's got the blue-black hybrid, makes it really flexible. It could have been in Unnatural Schemes, or it could have been in here. You gain control of target creature, untap it, gains haste and land turn, so it's an active treason effect, and then you sacrifice it end of turn. Like if you weren't being aggressive with it enough with it anyway, it just dies anyway. So it's technically a removal spell. Yeah, super good card. I think it could have been in here. So yeah, there we go. I thought I suggested alternate rares, but no, I think the rares in here were good enough anyway. that I don't think any alternate ones could have been suggested. So yeah, again, I think this is like pretty solid, honestly. It's just such a shame it's, you know, like all the Alara Reborn ones, that it's 41 cards. Like I would have loved to see this at 60 cards, because then you could have got more stuff in that cares about, like, you know, the death triggers and stuff. But yeah, overall I think it is pretty good. And I say really, really good rares in it, and just really like that Terminates in there and Bituminous Blast, and just some really, really good cards in Alara Reborn. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the deck. If you've got any thoughts, opinions, stories, comments about this deck, stick them below. I like giving them a read, and then I'll be back next time to look at another Alara Reborn intro pack. But until then, thanks for watching and listening. Have a great day.